We're now standing in an area that was attacked by Hezbollah missiles and drones. You can see all the area here that is black was recently burnt as part of all the fires that Hezbollah caused using their missiles to attack Israel. People don't talk about it enough, but the northern part of Israel is at war for 8 months. I'm Yair Pinto, and this is My State, a program about current events, my belief in God, and my journey in the Holy Land. And you see these mountains behind me? Behind them, that's Lebanon. The conflict between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah has been gradually intensifying since Hamas's October 7 attack on Israel. Initially, Hezbollah launched a campaign supposedly in solidarity with Hamas and the Gaza Strip. The fighting was confined to a roughly 2.5-mile radius of the border on either side. In recent weeks, Hezbollah has upped its operations to a whole new level with cross-border attacks from Lebanon reaching way further into Israel, setting the Galilee and Golan Heights ablaze and causing huge damage to the northern region. With around 60,000 Israelis still evacuated from the region, Israel can no longer ignore its northern front or delay taking stronger action here in the north. There's no doubt it's decision time for Israel and the IDF. So we're here at the Alma Center, and we're gonna interview Sarit Zehavi. She's the founder of this place, which specializes on Hezbollah. We see an escalation between the IDF and Hezbollah. Can you maybe elaborate on what is happening on the ground?
You see that May was actually the worst month since this war started, and this trend continues into June. The majority of the attacks came from Lebanon. Hezbollah claimed responsibility for the majority of the attacks, and about half of them put civilians' infrastructures at risk. Mm-hmm. With regard to the type of munition, you can see a raise or an increase in the amount of UAVs comparing to previous months. UAVs meaning drones. These are UAVs that can carry up to 40 kilograms of explosives. And another thing that is important to bear in mind, we are at the beginning of the summer here in Israel. This means that Iron Dome is not intercepting rockets that are falling in open area. Mm-hmm. But open area in the north, like you see outside of the window, it's forested area. Yeah. So every hit in open area at these days causes a fire. The situation that you see on the map with the white pins, which is 43 ghost towns in northern Israel that are evacuated since the beginning of the war. This is 60,000 Israelis that cannot go back to their homes because it's too dangerous. And also the northern region, which is not evacuated,
is also in danger.
Is also in danger, is also affected. I live 9 kilometers from the border. Mm-hmm. I can say that I feel in the past few weeks that we see more alerts in areas which are not evacuated. This is war. Let's not be mistaken. This is war in northern Israel that started by Hezbollah in October 8. The first attack that started the northern front was carried out from a school. Hezbollah said very clearly, we are opening another front against Israel to stretch the IDF to two fronts.
I have a question. I saw here a picture of the Golden Dome. Yes, this one.
This is in Beirut.
Why does Hezbollah care about Jerusalem?
Every Hezbollah military operative that was killed in this war, the branding under his name when they publish that he was killed, was killed on his way to Jerusalem.
Really?
This is what this campaign is all about. It's about destroying the state of Israel.
In the first week of June, more than 3,700 acres of land in the Galilee and the Golan Heights were damaged by fire, a third of which were part of nature reserves. In this episode, we're sharing a story of the Israeli community of Kibbutz Malkiah. This is a story of bravery, of people that love this land and that love to farm it, defend it, and above all, live in it.
We are standing in Kibbutz Malkiah, in the Upper Galilee, near the Lebanese border, maybe 200 meters from the border. My name is Yair. I'm here in the defense platoon of Malkia. For the 7th of October, there used to be here about 450 people. Now there is maybe 25 people here that don't want to go any other place. The reality is lots of bombing, fires. We need to deal with it alone, okay? We don't have any help. We are farmers, okay? We live from farming, from orchard. This is what you do all day, every day, and we're guarding here on the gate. I'm sure that there will be a future here. We are staying here, always, and we are going to win.
Hey, Eitan. Thanks for having me here in your kibbutz.
Anytime. Thanks for visiting us.
So why are you still here? Because most of the people left this community.
I'm used to that question by my family. Hey, Dan, why are you there? You lost your mind? Come over. No, there's no way. There's no way. There's no chance I will evacuate. Not only that I will not evacuate myself, I'm part of a great team. The only way we can make our living would be regarding to farming. Apples, cherries, apricots, you name it. So, of course, we're working right by the fence and we are ready for any escalation, any development, any situation. We're here, one for the other.
I see that you brought this thing here. Could you maybe explain? Because I'm sure that everybody's curious. I mean, me too.
About 3 weeks ago, I was driving on a tractor. Then I see that. This is an engine of anti-tank rocket.
Rocket. Russian made.
Cornet. Yeah. It's a deadly one.
In recent weeks, it seems like there's been an escalation in this war. Do you feel it here?
Of course. We shift the gear in Gaza and into a higher gear, and they can see the end of Hamas coming up, to my opinion. They can see it. They're shifting their gear as well. They're the proxy of Iran, everybody knows that. It's not the Lebanese people. Most Lebanese people, if you ask them, they will whisper to you because they're scared of Hezbollah. They don't want any trouble. We can make great neighbors, not only with the Christian, with the Shia, with the Sunnah, with the Druze, all minorities. We had a great contact with them until, let's say, early 90s when Hezbollah and Amal took over the south part of Lebanon, and I would say took over all over Lebanon.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to see this country, which is a beautiful country, going down the drain, economy, and that's what they need, a war with us. We don't want war. We don't want to fight with anyone. But
so what's the solution?
What's the solution? Be strong. Because if you're not strong, they will eat you alive. They eat one another.
Yeah.
One hand on a gun, but one hand free to shake their hands. Whoever wants to shake our hands.
If you have maybe a word for millions of people around the world who are praying for Israel, how should they pray?
Who am I to say anything other than quoting God's words, blessed those who bless you. You bless us, you'll be blessed on steroids. If we don't want someone to fight for us, we will do it for ourselves. We just need your prayers, okay? We need your good thoughts. We're not the bad guys here, we're not.
My name is Meg, and I'm actually Dutch, but I live already about 40 years in Israel, in Kibbutz Malkia. It's a paradise. I came here as a volunteer in 1985, and there I met my husband, and I decided to stay. And well, this is my house. It was bombed on Saturday at 6 o'clock in the evening, and this is the result. It used to be a well-designed house. I like designing, and it's turned into a big mess.
Wow.
There was one big explosion, which killed also our cat, unfortunately. You see the ceiling.
Was somebody in the house?
Only the cat. My son, he's supposed to be here, and he just left the house for cutting a tree. That saved his life.
I think that's like a miracle. It's an amazing miracle.
Yeah, it's really a miracle. Yeah, I'm smiling now, but I was for 2 days completely shocked. You know, I don't have a house, but there are people who don't have a son anymore, a friend anymore. The hostages. For me, that's actually unbelievable that there's still hostages in Gaza. So many soldiers died, so many soldiers are in hospitals, and they won't be the same like before the war. And I can get a house back. Yeah. It's only a matter of time and money. But if you lose your son, your friend, your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, your mom, it's... And also the other side. They have an awful life because of this Hamas.
Yeah.
And it's a pity that most of the world doesn't understand who is to blame.
We have millions of Christians around the world that are watching us now and that are praying for Israel.
Thank you.
And they want to know how to pray, specifically for the situation in the north. What would you tell them?
Let's live together. We can live together. And instead of throwing rockets, throw flowers.
So we're driving now through the farming area of this kibbutz. The people that still remained here in the kibbutz need to protect themselves. They need to work the land. And the danger about all of this is that their fields are right on the border with Lebanon. So as you can see, they grow cherries here. These cherries are already too ripe to be picked and sold, because for a few days, this area was not allowed, not safe to farm. Good? Very good.
My name is Yoav Oppenheim. In Malkia, I'm in charge of all the irrigation control systems of all the orchards and the grapevine.
I see that you have a gun.
I have a gun because in these days, we are our own protectors. We have to look after Malkia and all our assets. The missile that was hitting here, it was right during the picking time. I was 200 meters away. I lay down really quickly. It's a Burkan missile. It's 100 kilogram explosive, and it's like a big ball of fire.
I've been here for maybe 2 hours, and we've heard missiles being fired from Israel to Lebanon, and from Lebanon back at Israel, and it's intense.
This is the reality here. The focus is in the south still, and we are here 8 months. We just have to learn every day how to survive it. Okay, I think we have to go now.
We need to go to a safe place.
This can happen like 10, 20 a day.
We just heard sirens and calls to seek shelter. So we're now driving away from this agricultural area to a bomb shelter. Since the current situation is unacceptable and Hezbollah's hell-bent desire on Israel's destruction clearly won't end with the Gaza ceasefire deal, it seems we have come to the point that all Israelis feared since the beginning of this conflict: the real possibility of an all-out war with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Fortunately, Hezbollah are more afraid than us. Hezbollah knows very well what our public struggles to understand. In the event of an all-out war, it may indeed strike a painful blow to Israel. But Hezbollah's strength will not stand against a united, mobilized, and determined Israel. Today we saw people that decided to live here, to walk the land, despite all the threats, all the fears, the missiles. So let's unite in prayer. Prayer for the farmers of Israel, the farmers of Lebanon, and the people that just want to live here peacefully. Let's pray for the IDF soldiers that risk their lives every day defending the borders of this state. And most importantly, let's unite in prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. We serve a mighty God, and we know that He has a plan for this region.
Hello, this is Mati here in Jerusalem with TBN Israel.
This is Yair Pinto from TBN Israel here in Jerusalem. TBN Israel is keeping viewers informed with Israel-focused news, culture, and what God is doing in this land.
Support TBN Israel today online at tbn.org/Israel. Thank you.